Here's an SAT or ACT practice problem dealing with an exponential function. The exponential function g is defined by g of x is equal to 19 times a to the x power, where a is a positive constant. If g of 3 is equal to 2,375, what is the value of g of 4? So we're given this exponential function, and we're also told this specific scenario. While function notation can be a little bit tricky, you can also rewrite this and think about it as g of x being y. So y is equal to 19 times a to the x power. And when we see that g of 3 is equal to 2,375, we can also think about this as when x is 3, basically y is 2,375. So this is just a point that's on this exponential function. Given this specific information, we can go ahead and say that when x is 3, y is 2,375. Substituting in, we can say that 2,375 is going to be equal to 19 multiplied by a raised to the third power. Dividing both sides by 19, we're going to get 125 is going to be equal to a to the third power. Then taking the cube root of both sides, we're going to find out that 5 is going to be equal to a. Hopefully this makes sense because a times a times a is a cubed, and 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Now that we know the value for a, we can go ahead and rewrite this function as g of x is equal to 19 times 5 to the x power. Now that we have the general form of the function, knowing that a is equal to 5, we can actually find out what g of 4 is equal to. Again, if the function notation is a little confusing, basically this is asking what is y when x is equal to 4. Alright, so let's go ahead and find g of 4 here. So we're just replacing this x with 4, and that's going to be equal to 19 times 5 raised to the 4th power. Again, when we go ahead and find out what g of 4 is, we're finding out the y value when x is equal to 4. So if we take 5 to the 4th power, that's going to be 19 times 625, and that's equal to 11,875. This would be our answer. If you found this video helpful, please just let me know by tapping that like button.